So I've been experiencing an art block for over a month now, and it was pretty hard for me to come up with an idea for my artwork. So a few days ago I was sitting in my class trying to come up with an idea for my next artwork, and I thought, hey, what if I turn my classroom into a post-apocalyptic room? So that's what I did, and in this video I'm going to show you how. And before I start the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more upcoming videos, and with that being said, let's begin the video. So I started off by some basic modeling. I created the room using a cube, extruded a part of it to create the step, and also used another cube to create the table and the whiteboard. And for some scale reference, I also added a human-sized character. Then I extruded the part of the side wall to create those small tiles at the bottom. Then I adjusted the dimensions of the room and also imported a light and created the cube lights, duplicated them and copied them to the other side as well. And then I added a chair model and used an array modifier to place them around the scene just so I could see what the scene would look like. And I don't really know why I did that, because in the end I was just going to create a mess out of them anyways. And also the chair materials were looking too clean, so I replaced them with some other materials I found on Polyhaven, which didn't really work, and I ended up replacing them in the end as well. And I also added some wall texture to the wall and a tile texture to the floor. For the window, I used a cube as a boolean and added a sky texture to get some sunlight coming through the window, and also created a door using the Archimedes add-on. Then I created a window using a cube and a plane, and also added some metal grids behind it using a cube and an array modifier. For the window glass, I used a glass texture with a translucent shader to get some light passing through it and also change the color to green. Then I downloaded a exhaust fan model from Sketchfab and placed it at both corners of the wall using a boolean. Alright, so now the whiteboard was looking kind of flat, so I added some bumps to it using a noise texture and also randomized the roughness using a color ramp. And also to add some dirt at the corners of the whiteboard, I used an ambient occlusion node with a color ramp and also added some more details to the windows, to the panels and some other materials. Alright, so now the materials were looking good, so I decided to add some moss to them. For moss, I just duplicated the principal BSDF shader and added some random shades of dark and light green using a color ramp and also plugged it into the bump information. Then I mixed the two shaders together using a noise texture as a factor, and I'm not gonna lie, that worked quite well than expected. It gave kind of a dirty and mossy look to the texture, so I decided to add that to every single texture. Now, as I mentioned before, the chair materials were looking kind of shit, so I replaced them with some more suitable textures I found on Pixelbridge and also added the same moss material to them, and using the OCD add-on I was able to add some damage to the wooden parts, and after that I added some more details to the scene. Now over the moss areas I wanted to add some vegetations because I don't know, they just look super cool and I've seen them in a lot of reference artwork. So I downloaded some plant models from Pixelbridge and used a few particle systems with a weight pen to control the density and the size of the particles, and added those particles to the walls, sides, roofs and everything else. And for the table texture, it was the same thing as before. I just used a color ramp with two different colors driven through a noise texture and mixed it with a moss node. And now it was time to add some decals. I downloaded some decals from Pixelbridge and placed them at the corners of the wall underneath the whiteboard and lights to add some leakage details. I just copied and rotated the same texture around till I was satisfied with the result, and also added some blood decals on the floor. And now to make it look like something really crazy happened in here, I duplicated the chair model around the room in different locations and made it lie on the ground in different positions. Just to add some more variation, I also made some lie against the wall. But that wasn't enough, so I separated some parts of the chair and made it look broken by deleting some parts and spreading some parts across the room. And then for the air conditioner on the wall, I downloaded a model from Sketchfab and used the same moss material to add some dirt and moss to it. Also, I wasn't really happy with the whiteboard texture because it was just a grey color with high specularity and low roughness. So I replaced it with the original texture from the image and also added a bump note to it with the same material, and straight away it looked way better. I downloaded some book models from Bridge and scattered them across the room as well. And then I added a fan model, and using the same techniques as before, I added moss and dirt to it and duplicated it around the room and added some more details. Now at this point the scene was pretty much finished, it was just about fixing some issues here and there, and after that was done I rendered the image out. And after rendering the image, I imported it into Photoshop, added some grunge textures, a camera raw filter and a bunch of other filters and combined them together to get the final result.